Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. So it is July, at least it will be when you see this video. Welcome to my channel, everybody. So I am doing a Christmas in July theme for my Saturday videos that will air in July. So I have chosen Perched in a Tree. It is staying in what will be the current annual catalog. And I really didn't get to use it a whole lot. So I thought, let's do some Christmas cards with it. So that is what we're going to do. So it is a beautiful set. I have struggled with the bird, but I am going to rectify that with this series of Saturday videos. Every Saturday, there are 5 in July. One will not have any sentiment on the front of the card. Then we will, the first Saturday, which is this video, is using No Matter the Season, I Am Here For You. Second one will have Let Heaven and Nature Sing. Third Saturday will be Wishing You Abundant Joy and Peace, though I am adding that to the inside of today's card. The fourth card will have Your Kindness Warms My Heart. And what else are we using? So for today, we're using this one, this, and this. And out of the Aspen dies, which coordinate with it, we are using this. And I'm doing, I even waited to cut up what I was doing so I could show you how I did this. And let's show you this card. I am really happy with it. I started out, let me show you. I started out with Pacific Point and then realized, oh my gosh, that is not going to be in the catalog the time this airs. So then I switched it over. I was like, nope, we're going to go again. And I came up with something better. So I just want to show you, there is a process in this all. So this is my card and I love it. This is Pool Party ribbon, which will be retired, but any organdy ribbon you could color with Coastal Cabana. I just have this on hand, excuse me, and it works. These are just some dollar store rhinestones that I like that little pop of that bright color. So let's go over what we're going to need for the card. And let's get started, shall we? All right, let's see. Besides a card base, which I apparently don't have at the ready. Oh, you guys are going to laugh at the card base I'm using, by the way. Wait till I show you. Should I show you now? Yeah, okay. So at a thrift store, I came across this container, this little package for like $2 of what looked like card bases and envelopes. When I opened it up, look what was on the front. And yeah, I'm using them. Looky here. You don't even know, but they are really thick cardstock. So, yep, I'm using that because I was like, are you kidding me? Okay, so anyways, let's go over what we're going to need. Well, besides a white card base, any card base you have will work, as I'm showing you right now. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. My first layer is Starry Sky, 5.5 by 4 1/4. That's that piece. Next is Coastal Cabana, 4 by 5 1/4. And then my third layer piece is my white piece, which is 3 by 5. I don't need any for the inside. I am using a quarter sheet, which is 4 1/4 by 5 for the Aspen dies. And you can see we're going to cut these up. 24 inches of the Pool Party organdy ribbon, or any ribbon that you want to use. And like I said, we're using No Matter the Season, and the one with Peace. Ink is Starry Sky, Coastal Cabana, and that old Delicata, we used to sell it, Silver Shimmer ink. If I can keep it from going everywhere. And a blending brush. So let's move my notes out of the way. And I'm going to bring in my ugly scratch paper here that I've been using for quite a bit of stuff. And we're going to start by layering, adding some ink with the blending brush in Starry Sky. You can see that was Pacific Point down there. We're going to start off the paper and start swirling around the ink. As you add pressure, more ink will go onto your paper. So I tap off first, and I'm going all over my paper. I tend to do all the sides. I like a darker edge on the edge of my cardstock, and you get that by starting off, and I just swirl, 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 just swirly motions. People push here. If you push here, you're going to add more pressure, okay? And I do that at times, but I tend to hold it on the outside of the tip of the brush. And don't really push any. I'm just guiding my brush in those swirly motions. So now I'm going to start in the center some more, and I'm going to even hold it lighter because I don't want it really dark in the center. And we're going to go back over this along the edges once we get everything down. I'm adding, there's a little bit of white there I don't want. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for the moment and this. Next, we're going to take the Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to stamp once, full strength, and right next to it, stamp again before re-inking. Stamp full strength, stamp next to it, stamp full strength. Now I'm going to start stamp off, stamp, because I want it a little different. So stamp, stamp again, ink, stamp, stamp again. Now we're going to stamp full strength, second. This is that first and second generation you hear people talking about. So first generation, second generation, and first generation. It just gives it a little bit of depth on with the lighter ink against the darker ink. So next we need to clean this off because we are going to go in with the Delicata ink. So by the way, let me tell you, I started with craft white. Do not use craft white on your stamping chamois. If you do, you need to go clean it off. I'm going to have a heck of a time, even though I just did it once and I went, oops. Craft ink does not like the Stampin' Chamois, unless you have a chamois that's just for craft ink, which I don't have. So we are bringing in the Delicata. And the Delicata, nope, we're not going to do that. We're bringing that to, not this one, to the Coastal Cabana in our Starry Sky layer. And this one, we are just going to go around the outside edges. That's it. Ink, stamp, ink, stamp, ink, and a stamp. And I got to turn this. So stamp, stamp. There's that. Now we're going to go on to the Starry Sky. So ink it up, stamp, ink it up, stamp, ink, stamp, ink, stamp, and that's how we do it. I want a little bit more there. I mean, there is like, it's okay that it's like overlapping in areas. It's supposed to resemble, you know, a snowy background. So that's all there is to that. Next, we're going to figure out these aspen trees, the trees, on how I'm going to do this. I was just trying to be thrifty. Y'all know that I do that. So I'm going to cut this apart now. Like I said, this was a quarter of a sheet of cardstock. I laid it in one way. I ran it through. I turned it and I ran it through again on the other side. And now I'm going to cut these apart. And I have two edges. Now one, you have to flip over to the reverse side, okay? that is how we're going to frame. And I need the scratch paper there because when I go to glue this, I'm going to get glue in places I don't want glue. And we are going to start, let me show you. In this die, it's the tree on the left if you're facing it the way it comes out. You flip it over, it's on the right. We are going to start right here. So we're going to start on the right hand side first. I'm going right in there. And then I'm coming down this one, going up this one. Let's see. That should about cover it. Now I'm gonna, this is the point where my nail is, where I'm gonna start to line this up on the edge. Right there. And I'm gonna tilt it. Oops, gotta bring it down some. Okay. So I got where I want it. I'm gonna stick it down. This is why you want either one of those silicone sheets, which I'm not getting mine out. I'm just not. I do have it. I never use it. It's just the way I am. Some people use them constantly. The glass mat works miracles for me. I just don't have my razor blade in my room right now. And this piece of scratch paper I've been using is doing the trick just fine. There is a wee little hair bit right there. So there's one set of trees. So next is the set. Let me get that little bit out, even though those are going to get cut off. So right down here is where I'm going to start with my glue. I know I'm not going to use those, so going up here, down, 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 up, up, up. Those little bits tend to need some glue. All right. So here we go. I'm going to line this up. Oh, really cool. All right. So there's my trees, and it is simple. It is not hard. Anybody could make this card, okay? If it looks complicated, please trust me when I tell you it is so not. Just use the edge of your cardstock and use that as a guide for your scissors. So here we go. There we go. Now I'm going to remove all of that. I'm still kind of funny. It's April and I'm making Christmas cards. I'm like, what's wrong with me? But I am trying to be prepared in case something goes wrong. I want a little bit more glue there. Something goes wrong medically and I got things I got to take care of. I want my videos. They mean a lot to me. You just have no idea how much doing this means to me. So I told you we are going to bring in that delicata in this image, and now we are going to stamp all over this. Okay, so I'm going to stamp here. I'm not going to push down a whole lot, but I do want a little bit more. I'm going to bring it over, stamp. I'm just adding this bit of silver all over my card, and especially these trees. All right, next I'm going to bring in this one. Now this one I'm going to hold it down a bit more, and I'm just doing my trees. And now I'm going to fill in just a bit, not everywhere, as it sticks. Those are going in the house to get cleaned off. Yikes, yikes, yikes. All right, so now we are going to bring in our sentiment saying whatever you would like to choose to use. No matter the season, I am here for you. Which to me, this is beautiful. Always check. Since I just did it, I know it is. And I want the sentiment sitting in this nook of the trees. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to hold it down just a second. I want to make sure it's a nice dark inking. And yes, it is. Still going to need that in a minute. Okay, so we're going to set this aside. Now we're going to come back in with our blending brush. And we're going to go around the outside of the Coastal Cabana. Just lightly. This is with Starry Sky. Pacific Point looked great with it too. It really did. it looked really good. Just not... I was like, okay, my color choice is going to be brights. Then I realized Pacific Point is no longer available and I haven't got those new inks. But then it's like, oh, Starry Sky is a bright color. So I can go with that. So we have done that. And now this is going to get glued to the Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to come over it one more time with the blending brush. I didn't forget that I told you I was going to go over it again, but I'm going to go over it while it is on the Coastal Cabana. Just kind of my thing. It's how I did it to begin with, so I'm keeping it real on how I actually did this card. So inking it up. Now I am going to push just a little bit more along those edges, and it's going to get some of the Starry Sky on my trees. It's just going to deepen that tone of the blue, and it is so pretty. It's going to get right along in here and really give it that little darkening effect, which looks so cool. Okay. Ribbon time. I need this for the inside of the car, so we'll wait on that. So here is my 24 inches of ribbon. And I know that I want my bow to be to this side right here. And I don't really, you guys know I don't use ribbon a whole lot, but boy, does it look pretty with this card. And yeah, I'm fumbling. I fumbled last time too, but I didn't stop to get my reverse tweezers, though I want them now. And now I can't find them anywhere. Oh my. Oh, there they are. Hiding behind the big pair of scissors. So, going to give myself a helping thumb, finger, index, whatever you want to call it with some of this. These are great. Especially since these nails are a bit too long. About 3-4 days, we're going to go get them all cut down and change the ink on them. Change the nail polish color. For me, it's like changing color of ink, right? Beautiful, beautiful bow. You can bring it up more, scoot it up. Oh, I just love it. I really do. Okay. I'm going to trim my ends of my bow. See if I can do them together, because they do look better when you hold them together. Give them a cut. You get even, or more even, I should say. Now, I know from before that I needed, that could have been a little farther down. I needed a little glue dot. I'm going to pick it up here, put it right underneath the knot, and then pop the backing off of it. And now my bow is not going to go anywhere. Might need to give it just like that. But now it's not going to go anywhere. And now we are going to put it onto its Starry Sky. Get off of my card. Okay, put it on the Starry Sky. You could put this up on dimensionals. I am not going to. I am going to glue it straight down. And wow, I am really pleased with this card. Yes. Okay, where is that H&R Block card base. I told you I'm going to use it. Probably, and you guys, hopefully you laugh with me. You can laugh at me about it. I don't care. It's okay for me. Okay, here we go. All done with that. But we do want to do our envelope. Do not re-ink the blending brush. At least I didn't have to, guys. I'm just coming around. Now I am putting more pressure on it to get that ink on the envelope. Doing big swirls. I might even come in more over here. It is really pretty. We can even add a little bit of sparkle with that delicata silver. Let's see, I didn't do this on the other one. We can, oh, that is pretty. So there, and just in this little corner. Yep, okay. I was like, oh, I could go all the way around the outside. I could, no, we don't need to do that. Tell myself. It doesn't need to be done like that. So we're going to open this up, and I told you we are going to use another sentiment, wishing you, as I ink me up, wishing you abundant joy and peace in the center, as much in the center as you can. And let's go ahead and I told you guys, we're going to add a little bit of that delicata. Ooh, yes, it's almost in a heart too. That's kind of cool. All right. So that is my card for July 1st, Christmas in July theme. Where's that envelope? I just did it. So there's the card. Oh, we need to put some bling on it. And I'm going to show you. I didn't have anything that was close to Coastal Cabana. This is really closer to Bermuda Bay, but I'm going to use it anyways. Just something I have in the drawer here, right? And I want that bluish coloring. So I'm going to add one right here under the U on each side of the word no matter, the no. And these are a bit of a pain in the butt to do, but I take them off their glue sheet and then I pop them down. Oh, there we go. But they are the color I want. Oh, that one came off all the way. Sometimes they go flying. I'm looking for my glue. There we go. So keeping it real, showing exactly what I used to make this lovely, beautiful Christmas card. So that's Christmas card number 1. And I hope if you have this stamp set, give it a try. I am going to use, since there's 5 Saturdays in the month of July, this one counts for the brights, but I'm going to do one with the same stamp set, the Perched in a Tree, okay? I am going to do, let's see, put this one right back up here. I'm going to do one in the subtles, the regals, the brights we just did, the neutrals, and the new in colors. So, have to see where that takes me. But one for every month, and I hope more than anything else, if you don't give this a try, that maybe you're willing to thumbs up this video, share it if you liked it, and comment. I love comments, but even more than that, I hope you come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye bye now.